Hello and everyone welcome. Ooh, okay. So what I'm doing right now is I'm shuffling my tarot cards because the subject of this vlog is going to be psychic phenomenon. Just gonna loosely record some thoughts. Lately I realized I'm not getting any younger, and in a way, like, once you hit 30, there's certain parts of your personality that I don't think will ever change, in my personality at least. So you still feel young, but then you get older and older and you realize that if you don't pass on whatever opinions and wisdom nuggets, okay, I got this one. It's one of my favorite cards, so I'm gonna put down death. Card number 13. You can do it like this, right? Can't really see it very well. Just put it there. Anyways, so in terms of psychic phenomenon, what I guess I want to talk about is that, like, from the time I was a kid, it wasn't taboo to talk about. The older generation of women in my family talked about it all the time. My mom was kind of one of those, like, super astrology enthusiasts, in terms of, like, burning everyone else out around her on the topic because she loved talking about it so much when we were younger. And I was trying to think about this. I was like, because something has definitely shifted in the culture. It's very antagonistic towards anything that seems kind of spiritualist in the old or European way of thinking and describing things. But just like it's like mainstream female superstition. Snake. Like it started flourishing on Instagram and YouTube. There's like these communities of, my mom was a hairdresser, so women who are in more of the service care professions that deal with people a lot on a day-to-day basis, and so you do start seeing patterns in terms of personality traits that may or may not connect to what season or when people were born. I tend to think a lot of these things, as observed, it's like kind of just to give people something to talk about, like some things that you can instantly connect over, like baseball or any other sport. Like in the sales profession, right, you want to just get some little chit chat going. So for women, sometimes that can be astrology and superstition. Who knows why it's so gender coded, but for men, that is not the thing. I have some suspicions though about how that tracks, like in terms of like the more rich and powerful you become as a man, the less those sorts of boundaries kind of hold you back. So in a lot of ways, I think the Epstein story, just as a digression, has a lot to do with the occult and the search for genuine magical experience. As I said, in his Manhattan mansion, he would host magicians, and I think Eyes Wide Shut is about Epstein in Manhattan, personally. I think Epstein was the head of a lot of snakes hanging out in New York City. But yeah, so I think that on a lower, more mundane, mainstream level, women supposedly are more in tune and interested in these kinds of things. And then as you get rich and powerful, it's like the story in Greek mythology of who, now I can't remember his name, but it's the man who basically is all knowledgeable, and he gets another wish from the gods because he's done something well, and he wants to see if it's better to be a woman or a man. I wonder, I should like pull this up real quick. This is a very, very specific Tiresias, that's it. So Tiresias, yeah, he's wise seer. I love that archetype. I've been really interested in it recently. And he was walking through the woods, stumbled on a pair of snakes, making sweet, slithery love, whether by instinct or with forethought. Tiresias struck at the pair with his walking staff, killing them instantly. So this is a myth that connects to a lot of different groups and ideas and things. Okay, so I thought it was like voluntary or he was curious, but this says that he was transformed into a woman. He lived as a woman for 7 years, gave birth to a daughter. I hadn't done that part of it. Was known as an oracle. And then after 7 years, Tiresias was once again a man who knew something no other man could, what it feels like to be a woman. So yeah, this myth and these ideas, like I said, they're really connected to a lot of things. But I do think that there's an interesting, this is something I put in my occult book, that, so I'm trying to make understanding the occult like very top level, like general, accessible kind of book. And I want it to go across, at the beginning I want it to be much like Mircea Eliade, where it goes across sort of a general idea of what occultism is to humans in general throughout time. So general, you don't think that it would be useful, but I think it really is, because occult just means hidden, so why are certain things private? And that's like a topic that is very controversial in the information age, because there was some decision made that making everything publicly accessible, all knowledge, pornography being one of the most revolutionary, that like the most private secret things, which in human culture is like traditionally sexuality, specific things about gender, which is why sexuality, gender binary are so like deeply ingrained, and then like religious, ecstatic rituals and practices and things. That's like the other one. So it's interesting because in terms of blackmail has this idea that it only works if there's certain things that have to be kept private, certain things you don't want people to know about or are very shameful, whatever. So as things become more acceptable in mainstream culture, you get less things that you can blackmail people with, supposedly. But you have to have a shared group understanding of what things are shameful and what is and is not